Hello and welcome to Inside Indian Football episode number 68. And I think it's a welcome after a while. I will say, it's been 4 weeks since we have not done these videos, and I will say sorry and all. I think you guys say it's regular, but I think there were some issues with work and with everything, which we're not able to continue the series. But hopefully now we will finally, with the FIFA World Cup, ISL, I League, three big football tournaments going on for the Indian football fans. I think we will have inside Indian football on a regular basis, and I'm not sure that how many people will finally tune for these videos. But hopefully, once we start doing regularly, people will start coming on the videos and start asking their questions about Indian football. And I think lots of things have happened in Indian football. In last 4 weeks, of course, the FF election took place. Then the new FF president came on board, new general secretary, of course, and they have been trying stuff. And the AFC roadmap, which was agreed, finally it's now kind of implemented. But if you I think we'll come into it also, what I've said during the build up of the elections and the Supreme Court case regarding the roadmap. I had a simple stand, because the roadmap was not prepared by AFF, not approved by AFF. Roadmap was prepared by AFC and FIFA, and they approved it, so there was no chance that AFF can run away from it. It just was the the legal formalities which were remaining, and which was done. So they have to implement it. I know people made the issue out of it while the case was going on, that the roadmap will be not agreed, blah blah blah. I-League club said, some of the I-League clubs, of course, not said, but they were used by some fraction of people, that they have not agreed to the roadmap. And I think I said that time also that the roadmap, if they have not agreed, they should have not been part of the group photo which was clicked. Gaurav Jain, don't worry, we are changing. We kind of took a break. I personally, because it's not about just that we're doing kabaddi stuff was going separately, but I was on the run off. So we, next upcoming 6 months, we are doing lots of changes, in terms of our website, in terms of mobile apps and everything. So I was quite occupied with that work. So don't worry bhai, सब वापस आएगा. Inside Indian Football आज वापस आ गया है. The podcast we have aligned, because see, we are based out in Delhi. Majority of footballing action are in different states, so you can't do podcast physically on the different states. But we are trying to align more people for the podcast also, and hopefully with FIFA World Cup there will be a World Cup show also on this channel, which should be every day. So there will be football stuff coming on. Kabaddi hopefully will go parallelly as it is going on, and that's the reason we have kind of expanded our studios. So we have multiple studios are so here, so that there are multiple videos which can go live simultaneously. So hopefully those will go, and hopefully those will go ahead, and let's see that how is thing going ahead. And I understand the disappointment of the football fans from us, or from me personally, because there was no in terms of updates, and there was no videos in terms of from my side. But I think I would have loved to do it, but only thing is only thing was that there was a legitimate reason behind it. So don't worry. So I think once everything is set up now, we are the transformation of changing the studio and everything, and I think it's there's no excuse for it. But I think hopefully today onwards we'll fix the Indian football. I think Tuesday is a good day, because Sunday is the last match day. So I think Monday, Tuesday gives football fans a break, and then you can discuss the last game week of Indian Super League and I League also. And then of course there's a FIFA World Cup starting up, so which can go simultaneously. So I think interesting Indian Super League. I think it's great to see that the crowd is, because I think one thing I was excited for this Indian Super League season was definitely was the home and away season, because I think people who knows me, they will understand that I was very keen of this football culture thing, and this can only improved, only improve uh, uh, with the regular match days, not everyday match day. There should be a weekends match day, and I think it is quite visible in the the attendance also, I will say. And to see that ATK Mohun Bagan, their average attendance is 37,000, and these are officials number, of course, and these attendance are way higher than what we're going to talk about here. So I think that's one of the major positive on the issue. And my view on Ronaldo, bhai Gaurav, yaar, sadly, I really like Cristiano Ronaldo. Everybody knows that, but I think I'm with my coach on this. I think when Sir Alex Ferguson said no player is bigger than your manager, and I think sadly even the Cristiano Ronaldo is not even bigger than the manager. So I'm on with the manager on this. So, and we'll talk about Ronaldo and everything later on. Let's wrap up first Indian football. There are lots of stuff to talk about, and I think positive thing is the attendance, as I said. It's not just about Kerala or Kolkata. We know that these two centers have been always having a huge attendance in the Indian Super League. Kerala's attendance was way higher when Indian Super League came on, but of course that time the ticketing system was way different. The complimentary passes was way higher. And now it's more of a hardcore fans of particular clubs are coming to the ground. So I think these attendance is favorable for the club also, because they're buying merchandise. They're kind of helping clubs to sustain themselves. And I think Kerala Blaster attendance is just also 33,000, 4,000 less than the ATK Mohun official. So I think it's a great number. Jamshedpur FC, I think not surprised. We know that Jamshedpur FC have that potential of, and I think considering the capacity of Jamshedpur FC, their average attendance is nearly 98% of their stadium. So it is 20,000, around 20,000, and I think the stadium can hold around 23,000 people. So I think it's a good work for Jamshedpur. Of course, the team is not doing well. The attendance has been very good. East Bengal FC, I think I'm surprised they got the name and everything. I think crowd, I hope they can, hopefully with a couple of results, the crowd will go higher. But I think, considering even the first home match didn't have that much crowd. So I think with East Bengal, the name sorted, the franchisee rights sorted, everything sorted. I think irrespective of the performance, hopefully the East Bengal, I'm disappointed with the East Bengal attendance numbers for sure. But I think with there is some fraction of fans who are against the Stephen Constantine type of football and everything. But I think the support for the team should be there, and I think there is there's a reason for Mohun Bagan fans to boycott ATK Mohun Bagan, but I think there is no reason for East Bengal fans to boycott the team. So hopefully with time, season is still very young, East Bengal attendance will go up. Bengaluru FC average attendance 16,000. I think decent comparing Bengaluru FC used to have 10 to 12,000 average attendance in the early years. And that's surprising is FC Goa. I think the stadium is not that big anymore, but they just played one home game because of the FIFA World Cup. So hopefully the attendance will also improve. Chennai FC, it's in and around. Of course, the performance is not good, but 10,000 fans are good. Hyder FC have a compact small stadium, to 8,000. Northeast United, that's the disappointing side. The stadium, one of the buzzing stadium in the Indian Super League, is of the Guwahati Indira Gandhi Stadium, and that stadium having an average attendance of 6,000 it's shameful for the Northeast management. And I will come on the Northeast management. I have my opinion to share. Odisha FC, with even the effort of the government and the club, the average attendance is just 6,000. And Mumbai City FC, even that's number 1 on the table. I think number 1 or number 2 in the table, but the average attendance is just 4,000. So, but we understand the stadium and what Mumbai City is trying to build. I think if they can get that average attendance to 7,000, 8,000 in next 1 year or 2 year, get it to double figure 10,000, it's a great achievement for them what they're trying to do in the city. And hopefully the way Mumbai City is playing, the attendance will keep on getting increases. When will ATK will remove most of the wings of Mohun Bagan fans are coming to support the team? Only the local wing is showing up, and I think. Very honest, it was very close when season was starting. I think there were kind of a confirmed, I will say not rumors, but confirmed chatters among the among Indian football people who are inside the game, and that they're likely to do it, and but then the social media rumoring part of it, was, and the chest thumping by other people, ये बोलना कि वो झुक गए हैं, ये हो गए, वो हो गए, and I think it's a ego battle also, between the new owners and the new management and the fans, of course. So I think they were very close to do it, but I think the legal side of it is also have taken the time. So hopefully, and I think next season maybe. But I think their thoughts have been given to remove the ATK from ATK Mohun Bagan name, and I will be lying if I say that it was not close this season, and I think they might announce this during the season, but I think हो जाना चाहिए वो. Will come on Northeast, East Bengal and everything. Gaurav Jain, I hope Gaurav Jain, Anish Rane, Arjit Ghosh, and I think जो भी हमें देख रहे हैं 20, 22, 23 लोग, and I understand. I was not hoping that there will be a huge audience here welcoming me with both arms. I think as important to me to resume this show, to chat with you guys, and we will really discuss. I have some pointers to be made, and I will discuss say Indian Super League. I think a little bit surprised with Hyderabad dominance, I will say. Dominance because if you guys remember the transfer window, they didn't create the headlines, the Hyderabad, and now they're having a 4-point lead over second team Mumbai City FC, and third is ATK. I think that should tell you if you have a system, if you have a good coach, if you have a good team in terms of youngsters, if you can add those key foreigners here and there, you can have a very good Indian Super League team, and they have not lost the game. They're still undefeated, and they've scored 10 goals. They have 3. They conceded just 3, and I think looks like Hyderabad is on the run to play that I think AFC Champions League. Hopefully, if they can win the playoff against Jamshedpur FC, because they are also the defending champion, and in that thing, if they can win this season, the Shield, then they have that to play Champions League next year. And I think that's the key area here. Mumbai City FC is targeting same, but considering the Mumbai City FC depth and the overall team foreign quality, I think they will try to catch up the Hyderabad. And then Mumbai City FC also have not lost any game, but considering they have 3 draws, which is kind of a loss in this kind of situation. So hopefully. I think Mumbai City is trying to get the form back, and to let's see how they do it, and not surprised with Mumbai City FC and ATK Mohun Bagan being there as a second and third team. So ATK Mohun Bagan also have 10 points, also have the 10 points, and they are third in the table with just 1 loss. So I think these 3 teams looks like to be. And of course, Goa is also not far. Even Kerala Blasters also not far. Season is very, very, very early to say that these are the favorites team from 4 or 5 to go to the playoff. And I think Odisha FC has done well to be part of this top 6 as of now. And remember, this season playoff scenario have been changed. Playoff scenario has been changed. There are 6 teams which can fight for that the playoff spot. So I think that's open up. The other teams like East Bengal, for example, they just have 6 points, but they're just 3 points away from Odisha FC. And I'm surprised with the support Stephen Constantine have got this season. I think East Bengal fans should be aware of what kind of coach is Stephen, and his mentality. He's not going to get offended by the some set of fans boycotting him or being aggressive against him. I think he's very, very tough mentally, and I think his aim is to make East Bengal competitive, and I think they have to see that with the win over Bengaluru FC, they are above Bengaluru FC, and going into the pre-season when the season was starting, nobody would have bet on this that East Bengal in the early part of the season will be above some like Bengaluru, Jamshedpur, even Northeast. And I think they have to give Stephen Constantine, the coach. He is the master tactician in terms of getting results, and I think he will get those results. And I think you have to see that also, the quality of the team East Bengal have. The team is not at the level of Bengaluru FC, for example, and I understand East Bengal fans wants to their team to be competitive, and I'm not saying the fans are wrong to ask for better results and better playing style, but fans support is also not shown. The average attendance is 6th or 7th in the season, and people can say their performance is not good right now, but from very first home game, uh, was there a crowd of 50,000 people or 30,000, 35,000? No, it was not there. So I think fans need to play their part, and I think give Stephen Constantine a time. It is not easy, guys, to come in between, have a very short preseason, build a competitive team, and do well. And this team, compared to last season, is trying to do well. And I think Stephen Constantine deserves time. And I'm not saying that I know him, we talk regularly, or we are friend or something like that. It's just that I've seen when Stephen Constantine came back for the second stint with India, and just give me a second. When came back for the second stint with India, and everybody, including me, was very critical of the playing style of India in first 2 years, especially 15 or 16, 2015 and 2016 matches. Very critical of what India was trying to do that time. But I think his team finally able to build the that playing style by the time we reached 2017 or the World Cup qualifier or Asia Cup qualifiers third round, which happened 17 and 18. I'm not saying that he needs 3 years with East Bengal. You have to remember, this is a club football. He's training these boys every day, unlike the national team. So I think he will need at least 3 to 4 months with these set of boys and improve this team in the January. I think they still need to get good players back. Get some signings, on board, and hopefully he will do that. And I think East Bengal needs some time. That's what and with very surprised with what Bengaluru FC. I think those Bengaluru and Jamshedpur. I thought, and I think more surprised with Bengaluru FC, Jamshedpur, because I remember the team, the coach, and everything. It's a new setup again. But Bengaluru FC continued with the previous year coach. And if you guys remember, I'm a big fan of club retaining their former the last year coach to the new season. But looks like as of now, I'm told that it's a thin line between having a job or not having a job. So, but see, even if it's a points table, you will see there's just 5 points behind Odisha FC. So, as I told you, there's a 5th, 6th team quota in the playoff this season. Makes this season very interesting. I think going into this season, if even the team in 10th or 11th, not 11th for sure, Northeast is definitely in very bad state. So that's coming on Northeast next. I think 9th, 10th, 8th team, 7th, they will be always on toes to get those couple of extra points to reach the top 6. I think it's an interesting, good season. I think credit, I want to just to praise Ivan from Kerala Blaster. Even Odisha FC looks good, but Kerala Blaster, Ivan has, the coach, has shown a very tough mentality with the first couple of games, and I think considering that the defense has not worked for Kerala Blaster. The way Ivan Vukovic wants to set up his team, the defense have kind of disappointed him, and there's a reason. They have considered second highest goal this season. But see, in terms of goal scoring, they have scored as many as goal ATK Mohun Bagan. They are the third in the goal scoring chart. They've scored more than Hyderabad FC, but so defense, I think, looks like to me the centre backs which playing this season for Kerala Blaster have not raise their game accordingly. So I think that's where the Ivan Vukovic want to improve his team. So hopefully the number of goals they're conceding can be less. And I think there's another coach, the young Indian Super League coach, I will say, Carlos Pena at FC Goa. Took his time to develop that, his own identity. And of course, the comparison of playing style will be there, the previous coach at FC Goa. But I think Carlos, he will do his job. I think, and I was also very critical and very closely watch FC Goa, and I think because I like a couple of Brendan, and the players here. I like them, the Indian players they have, and I think it's Goa is, because especially for the ISL trophy and not for the League Shield. League Shield, the way Hyderabad, Mumbai, and ATK, I think these are the 3 teams who's going to fight for the League Shield. FC Goa will be there for the playoff races for sure, and I think once you reach playoff, then the ISL trophy can be on your range. So I think Carlos Pena will take some time, but considering Hyderabad, Mumbai, ATK, Kerala, they're continuing with the previous coach. Coach knows the team very well, and the home and away advantage comes very handy. And FC Goa, as one important point, they played the most of the games away from home because of the World Cup, and so hopefully with the home games coming up, FC Goa will get some points. But I think very good season. There's a one team which we have not discussed anything as of now is, it's Northeast United. I am not going to say that the quality of players, the quality of coaches. I think it's to the Northeast United management. And I will tell you very honestly, and I have tell Northeast United. In fact, भाई यार फुटबॉल का थोड़ा सा फैंस आर ऑल फ्रॉम ऑल अक्रॉस इंडिया. विल हिंदी में ही बात करेंगे जब मौका लगेगा, जो हिंदी में सवाल करेगा. टेंशन मत लो आप, बाकी गेम्स हम लेके आएंगे, स्पोर्ट्स अब बनाना चाहेंगे. और मैं समझता हूँ आप समझते हो, बट भाई बाकी जगह भी लोग रहते हैं, वो थोड़ा उनको हिंदी का प्रॉब्लम है. तो मैं जहाँ पे हिंदी होगा हिंदी बोलूँगा, बिकॉज सब लोग देखते हैं सब कुछ, इसलिए मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि इंग्लिश में रखूँ. बट आप हिंदी में सवाल को हिंदी में पूछूंगा, बट उसके लिए मैं थोड़ा सॉरी बोलना चाहूँगा, बिकॉज द फैंस इन केरला, इवन डाउन साउथ, चेन्नई, हैदराबाद, जहाँ पे हिंदी इतना फ्रिक्वेंटली अंडरस्टैंड नहीं करते हैं, तो आई थिंक इसलिए इंग्लिश में रखा है. तो एक बार नॉर्थ ईस्ट यूनाइटेड का रैपअप करता हूँ. मुनाल, एवरीबडी आस्किंग क्वेश्चन, अरिजीत भाई, सबकी बात करता हूँ मैं एक बार. जस्ट सुमित, we'll talk about I-League promotion also. There's a very interesting battle going on in I-League, and I think I will give my favorite. I think who should be there in the I-League, ISL next season from I-League. So let's wrap up the Northeast. I think I think I go back couple of years back, 2-3 साल पहले मैं अगर जाऊँ, और मैंने इसी शो पे एक नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लिए एक बहुत क्रिटिकल कमेंट दिया था, which season before, I think it was Gerard's season, before season said, Northeast is the team who start preparing the team very late and everything. I think time has come for Northeast United, or the current owners or the current management, to come up front and tell that they are actively looking for the new owners now. I think time has come for them to sell this club, not play with the emotions of those thousands of Northeast United fans. That stadium was a buzzing, one of the most buzzing stadium, one of the most tough away ground for the away teams, have gone down attendance wise. The energy is not missing from their fans. And who is responsible? Team performance? No. I have seen Northeast being last in the table. The crowd was still there. The crowd was hopeful. The next day will be better. Now the Northeast fans, they know that there is no light in the end of this tunnel. And I think who is responsible? It's team management. How can be they are the person in charge of a club whose first job is to save money in everything, in accommodation, in facilities, in signing players, signing coaches, everything. His first thought process is, let me save some money. I'm not saying the club need to spend the money openly. Has Hyderabad FC spent the money like 80k Mohun or Mumbai City FC to be competitive in this league? No. So, if your thought process from very first day straight away comes and say that, even if it's up, you're talking to the agents, and you're saying, I need a striker, for example, and you're saying, I need a striker for, who take 100k wages of under 50k or 70k or 60k dollars in a season. You're not waiting for the profiles to come and then say, okay, these three profiles are for our system, are for coach system. Let us now negotiate a price or salary for them. You are straight away cutting down those quality players by just putting the price cap. I'm not saying it's a wrong approach, but this is with everything with Northeast United, not just the player signing, the facilities, the marketing, the everything. Everything with Northeast United is like this. That's one. Second thing, how many employees does Northeast United have? Most of the ISL clubs have moved from keeping these consultant agencies for their work to the full-time employees. I think most of them then moved. Most of them have their full-time teams, full-time employees working for the club 12 months in a year. Northeast United is still working on the vendors, still working with the vendors, still working with the agencies for every work. Why? And I think I will not say anything on their performance. The performance on pitch can change. It can change this season, it can change again season. I think as time has come, Northeast fans, they should be asking these very critical questions to Northeast United owners and the management. And see, the person who is in charge, his first thought process straight away is, I want to save money straight away. And I think I can't say more than that at this stage, but I think it's not good for the football fans in Guwahati and Northeast. These fans have supported this team for years, and it's not they have won ISL in past or they're regular in the playoff. Only thing Northeast United fans will want is to be competitive in this league, and I think it's not the team which pulling this, which making them the last team in the table regularly in every next season. It's the management, sadly. So I think the content for Indian football will start going up from today only. Don't worry. So we have just resumed. So I think that's on the Northeast, and I think I hopefully they were close. There were a couple of parties who were interested in Northeast in the last couple of years. COVID has not happened at a good time for the investment in terms of the new investment in the football in India. And that, of course, have kind of stopped, some new parties coming and buying clubs or investing in any clubs. And I think a couple of clubs in ISL were very close to secure some kind of investment in different forms. But I think that have worked very negatively for Northeast United especially. And I think if Northeast United fans watch this video later on, offline, they should understand players, coaches have a limited thing in their hand. It's the management, who decide that what these players can do, who give them tools to do well in the season. So I think hopefully that change in Northeast. I think these fans really wants to support the team. So let's see. I think what Northeast United fans and the management do. Let me see. Satvik says Northeast head coach said in a post-match presser that they desperately need a striker. I think the striker coming Northeast United is not going to change their fortune, and they should be very lucky. There's no relegation in ISL. They would have been relegated multiple times, and I'm not sure if Northeast United go to I-League, they have enough in them to come back straight away to ISL. There might have high chances that they spend the next couple of years in I-League if they get relegated to I-League. So I think Northeast is very lucky as a club that there's no relegation, and see, if somehow, if you as a owners, as a management, you're not interested, I think they should come gun blazing, openly say, we are desperately looking for the new owners, new partners to come on board to help to run this club, and the way they are running, it's not the way perfectly they are running. So I-League, let's come to the I-League now. I think straight away I will say, I think I will like to see two clubs are there who has potential to be a good ISL teams, who can match ISL team in terms of in couple of stuff, for sure, in terms of budgets, in terms of the fans, in terms of the activities. One club I will say Mohammedan Sporting with the legacy they have, but will ISL benefit from 3 clubs from Kolkata? That's one. So that's the disadvantage with Mohammedan Sporting for me. I really like to see Gokulam Kerala, considering if they can play in Manjeri. I understand the infrastructure part and everything. If they can play in Malappuram Manjeri, I think Gokulam Kerala, the amount of work they have done for women's football in India, they are very active in the youth development in Kerala. Kerala will do with another football rivalry. We have ATK Morgan East Bengal. If cutting a Gokulam Kerala at ISL, if they somehow get into ISL, I think that will be great. Third, 2 more clubs I will say can be there, which can match Real Kashmir, backed by I think some big, some backed by good people, have the good political support also in the state. Having a club from Real Kashmir in ISL, good PR for the league, and having a North India club is also great for the North Indian football. And then there is a Round Glass Punjab. They have invested. I think Round Glass Punjab deal with the Minerva Punjab. I think some of उनके लिए कुछ benefit लेकिन यही Round Glass में, if I am very honest, the stadium they're playing in Panchkula is beautiful. We have seen it. It's Haryana, not in Punjab. That's one. Second, it got renovated for Khelo India games. I think Khelo India youth games or college games. So that's why the stadium is looking very beautiful. It's recently renovated. So I think Round Glass Punjab is the fourth option. And then of course there are options of Rajasthan United, who doesn't have a home ground, or club from Northeast, ISL, Niroka. But the way I-League is going on right now, I think especially it's look like between, if you ask me honestly, it's straightways between Gokulam Kerala and, I think Mohammedan Sporting. Because these two teams were building it for this promotion for last 2-3 years. It's not they just made the team this season. They were kind of trying to build this team for the promotion to ISL from last 2-3 season. And I think this promotion have changed the scenario of ecosystem, which there is word in thumbnail. I will come on the ecosystem. Let me also highlight the production quality. I think there is no same on Eurosport here. Eurosport is not the production company for these matches. We're still not sure who has the production rights, who's producing these games for AIFF. And they have to sort out this quality issues. The telecast, kahan match aa raha hai, kab aa raha hai, kabhi aa bhi raha hai, kabhi nahi bhi aa raha hai. It's 360p streaming, horrendous. And I think that's where I'm very critical of the new management of AIFF. They have taken the numbers, credit for getting a DD Sports, Eurosports, Discovery Plus as a broadcasting partner for I-League, but the quality of production is with the AIFF. AIFF is the responsible for the production quality. Same way ISL production quality is responsible for FSGL. Here is the word ecosystem comes because the reason I have added ecosystem on the on the thumbnail, because I want to talk about the ecosystem. I think time has come for FSGL. See, today's match not even streamed, so that's the reason. I think time has come for FSGL, some like Premier League, to take I-League under the umbrella, because ultimately in 2 years there will be relegation in place. So they have to think like, if ISL team goes down to I-League and they have big sponsors and everything, with this production quality, with this broadcasting quality, can these ISL relegated teams sustain themselves? The sponsors might pull off. So I think that's the one thing. So I think what I want to say is that ecosystem need to be there. Ecosystem, when I want to say FSGL, who's producing the ISL, can they also produce I-League? I'm not saying the similar level as ISL. आप 2-3 cameras कम कर लीजिए. See, there's a, and I'm sure in the long term they don't have a production team in every venues in ISL. Of course, it travels according to home and away game, but they have one production team in Kolkata permanently, one in Jamshedpur, Odisha, 2 in the East India, then I think of course 2 in South India, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kochi, and in Goa and Mumbai. So I think they will have 6-7 production teams who going in there. If they can increase these production teams, see Kolkata I-League club can be production team, can be who managing ISL can manage I-League. You decrease the camera quantity. जहाँ ISL में 8 कैमरा, आप I-League को 5 दे दीजिए. जहाँ ISL में 5 जगह कमेंट्री हो रही है, आप इंग्लिश कमेंट्री करिए I-League में, there is no issue. But at least the visual quality should be good enough for the fans to enjoy football, which is not there. And I think this where the ecosystem need to come on board, which where maybe FSGL, AIFF, if I-League does not grow, it going to hamper ISL. I-League is the pathway towards ISL for the players, for the clubs who get promoted. So and in future the clubs who relegated to ISL. I will give an example. XYZ club, have a very good, huge sponsors on board with them, front sponsors, back sponsors, with the commitment of TV पे आपको आएगा, सब कुछ आएगा, and that club relegated in after 2024. And उस club की majority income sponsors से थी, and they were somehow helping club to run their operations. What if when they move into I-League after relegation, the production quality of telecast is still potato like nowadays. Matches TV पे आ रहे हैं, नहीं आ रहे हैं, teams को भी नहीं पता है, बड़े broadcaster को भी नहीं पता है. Will those sponsors will stay with those clubs? I don't think so. So I think it's very ultimately, I mean of course I'm not going to blame, I'm blaming the new management of the IFF, but I think they had a very short span of a time, and I understand they kind of increased the dates for the bidding for the production of the I-League, and somehow there was very lack of interest from the all parties. But I think ultimately somehow either AIFF do the production by themselves, like the FA do for the FA Cup, in England, they do the production. Premier League do for the Premier League, and of course EFL does for the championship and everything. If either they do the production, or maybe then let's clubs handle it. I don't know, but clubs doesn't have that money to like in Europe. Manchester United have their own production, championship club have their own production to record match and show the daily live stream or very early highlights. So I think hopefully these things will change. I think FSDL, AFF need to come together and create an ecosystem here. There's somehow the same production quality. Number of cameras can be decreased, slow replays, everything can go. At least जो visual है वो 1080p तो हो. At 2022, we can't watch football in 360p. That वो enjoyment ही मर जाता है football देखने का, and that's the situation of I-League right now. So hopefully from the next season, it changes for me. I think I really hope. So let's see. At least show them on. And ये clarity नहीं है, कोई कह रहा प्रसार भारती पे आएगा. That's the reason. Either they make a chart, AFF, announce it. कौन सा मैच किस चैनल पे आएगा, हम fans will sort it out. This is a big lack of communication जो last management में भी था. This management is trying to communicate, but still I think there's a lack of communication. We should be aware कौन सा मैच कहाँ आएगा, तभी तो मैच देखेंगे यार, तभी तो DD Sports को भी पता चलेगा फुटबॉल फैंस कितने इंडिया में. तो वही चीज़ नहीं है, तो वो है. Do you find any progress in I-League this year? I will say the quality is very similar to the last year. As I say, it's a Gokulam or Mohammedan Sporting top spot to lose, and I will very, very surprised that any other than these two will come will win this league, because they have built this team from last 2 seasons and they've been doing it. But I think the Gokulam Kerala has won the first game against Mohammedan Sporting, so they look like the way the team to go into the ISL. And I think I really desperately want a team from North India, but I don't think any team like Sudeva Delhi, Round Glass Punjab, Real Kashmir is ready for ISL as of now. I still feel out of all these teams who are there in I-League, I think Mohammedan Sporting, they can get ready for ISL because of their legacy, their history, the fans and everything. And Gokulam Kerala, because what have they been doing for the last couple of years. And I understand Kerala Blaster fans will not like, of course I'm saying that Gokulam Kerala, but I think that's the rivalry which might, Kerala football is changing very rapidly in a positive way. And if Gokulam Kerala comes on board, it might kind of transform the state. It's already very football crazy state, but it might go to the next level. And I think and Gokulam Kerala has done that work on ground, irrespective of the rivalries. I think Kerala Blaster fans will also say the work and effort they've done for the at the youth level, women's level, it's great. So I think that should be the winning this I-League and getting ISL should be the prize for them for the last 3-4 years work they have done for Indian football. I will try to get Mr. Kalyan Chaube on a podcast. Gaurav bhai will try to do that. We're resuming. Some I-League clubs have a good style, play style as compared. And Siddharth 360, I hope you joined late. And I've said that if Northeast got relegated into this I-League or in next 2 years they relegated, and they were lucky that they're in a relegation for last 3 to 4 years, it will be very tough for Northeast United to come back again into ISL, because I-League is not an easy league considering the grounds and the venues you have to go, traveling you have to do, and the facilities and everything goes down compared to ISL. आप सीधे अर्श से सीधे फर्श पे आ गिरोगे, and it will be not easy to come back. It's a double round robin, single round robin, and then championship group. Sadly, I have to check that is a double round. I know it's a home and away now. I don't think it's a double round, triple round championship. It's a home and away. This season, championship and everything has gone. ISL United, I think they are one of the dark house. If you ask me, out of all the team, last year they surprised everybody, and I think they might be the club who have that, who have them to surprise any top 2 teams, especially the Real Kashmir, Gokulam Kerala, Mohammedan Sporting, and they got Round Glass and Round Glass and Rajasthan United are the 2 teams who I think has that in them to surprise Mohammedan Sporting, Gokulam Kerala. And the I-League is definitely still waiting for the plan to resume of the youth football. Hopefully, that gets sorted out. Let's see. हैदराबाद FC and FC Goa new training facilities, share about news about that. वसीम, मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. हैदराबाद FC Goa is still under construction. Hyderabad, hopefully it's nearly done. Srinidhi, they can also have a good training facility of their own. They are also trying to build a small stadium. I'd have some discussion with people there. So I think these three clubs, we might bring some kind of a video very soon on their facilities, and hopefully that will be sorted out. Uh, I think let me just check. There's a comment. Omit Singh. Okay. Omit Singh के बारे में कुछ पूछ रहा है. I think still I will say there is no update. He has to apply for the passport. See, this is the same old story of Michael Chopra's and everybody, just give me 1 second. Yeah. ये वो एक स्टोरी है, ये पुरानी है इंडियन PIOs की, जो मैं बोलूँगा मैं आज से नहीं 10-12 साल से सुनता आ रहा हूँ. इफ़ अ प्लेयर कम्स एंड से कि मैंने पासपोर्ट के लिए अप्लाई कर दिया है, आई एम लीविंग माई पासपोर्ट, आई एम ओपन टू प्ले फॉर इंडिया, दैट्स अ वन थिंग, इट्स मीन इट्स हैपनिंग. दिस अनदर थिंग, आई हैव अ OCI कार्ड, आई एम वेरी इंडियन फ्रॉम माई हार्ट, मेरी फैमिली इंडियन है, ये है वो है, आई वॉन्ट टू प्ले फॉर इंडिया, दैट्स सेकेंड थिंग. दोनों बहुत डिफरेंस है. विल टू प्ले, especially with these players, and I'm not discrediting them, they are very talented and I have talked to lots of Indian origin players. This will only come when they are kind of neglected at the countries, at the leagues where they are playing earlier. Michael Chopra, they will only came when he was rejected by England football team in 2007, when his career kind of got in the later stage, when India reached Asia Cup. Then all of a sudden Michael Chopra wanted to play for India, but he didn't want to play for India in 2007. The other players, and I'm not saying Omit Singh is doing so, but I think the steps are simple. I think he has to apply for Indian passport, and once he do that, then maybe AFF can take his case to the sports ministry. They will not hand it over the passport just like that. He has to apply for the passport and then come. And this is again the same thing, same old story, I will say. So let's see, if he can. See, I'm not sure he can get his Indian passport before AFC Asian Cup. But Omit Singh, if you remember, he signed a contract with East Bengal, which they backed off. What if he has applied for Indian passport by then? वो एक साल में अगर वो अप्लाई कर लेते तो शायद अब तक में इंडियन पासपोर्ट होता. ही माइट बी प्लेइंग इन ISL एज अ इंडियन, बिकॉज ही माइट नॉट बी गुड इनफ इन ISL टू प्ले एज अ फॉरेनर, बट ही शुड बी गुड इनफ फॉर प्लेइंग इन ISL एज अ इंडियन, and he would have been playing for India going into AFC Asian Cup. So I think वो एक major reason है, which I feel still the will and the intent is missing. will तो करते हो but intent नहीं है, तो intent once that comes from these Indian origin players, then we'll say कोई chances है Asia Cup 27 इंडिया में held करने के? I think there are high chances that India have been kind of a who wants to host it. I really want India, don't want to host the Asia Cup. I think I really want. I want India to qualify for back-to-back Asia Cups, get into knockout rounds. I think that should be the approach I will take. We have hosted lots of tournaments now. We have hosted 2 World Cups. We have hosted AFC Women's Asia Cup. I think instead of hosting these things, I will love to host AFC Under 19 Asia Cup, and that's Asia Cup which we have not qualified for a while. So I think AFC Under 23 Asia Cup, these Asia Cup I will love to host. Senior team Asia Cup we have been playing last 2 we have reached qualified now. I will not like to host it, as my personal opinion, but people will say that hosting these tournament will change stuff. We have seen 2 World Cups, बहुत कुछ चेंज नहीं हुआ है भाई. एनी अपडेट है कि इस विंटर विंडो में एनी इंडियन गोइंग टू प्ले इन यूरोपियन लीग्स? आई थिंक सिद्धार्थ 360 के ऊपर भी एक पॉडकास्ट मैं करूँगा. एक मेरा फ्रेंड है, ही इज़ कमिंग फ्रॉम नॉर्वे, ही इज़ अ फुटबॉल एजेंट, ही इज़ अ इंडियन ओरिजिन फुटबॉल एजेंट. उसके साथ मैंने 4 साल बहुत मेहनत की थी, स्पेशली 4 साल तो 3 साल 2016, 2017, 18, 19 वर्ल्ड कप के टाइम पे, अंडर 17 वर्ल्ड कप हुआ, एंड वी ट्राइड टू ब्रिंग ऑफर लेटर्स फॉर इंडियन प्लेयर्स, good Indian players, under 17 World Cup team, Normal, Brandon, everybody, we tried, and कुछ बना नहीं. तो वो एक क्यों नहीं कुछ हो पा रहा है इंडियन प्लेयर्स का यूरोप में, क्यों बहुत डिफिकल्ट है इंडियन प्लेयर्स का जाना, वो एक मैं पॉडकास्ट में आई विल रियली वांट टू शेयर माय ओन for my own heart, because I really myself wanted to see Indian players. This changed after Gurpreet went to Norway, and I got in touch with Gurpreet, and then we thought, can we bring more Indian players to Norway? वहाँ से ये सब कुछ मेरा एक चालू हुआ था ये 2016-17 में, when Gurpreet was in Norway. Then Under 17 World Cup came, मैंने वो ट्राई किया था पर कुछ हो नहीं पाया. I'm not sure that Anwar Ali, I just forget the player name. Lal Muya, Lal Muya, can say Akash from Hyderabad FC. These there are 2-3 players from India who are very good. I think who are good at the ISL. Apuya, for example, at Mumbai City FC. Akash Mishra at at Hyderabad FC. These 2-3 players are good enough to be playing in the lower division. The lower division in European football. And I think hopefully, they will go and they will go outside, but I think it's tough. The kind of money they have been provided. Listing class, so for example, Bipin Singh form with Mumbai City FC has also been very great positive sign for Indian football. Looking like a person, a mature player to me, and I'm very happy for him. Wasim bhai कहते हैं कि bring Varun bhai owner again in your podcast. I think Wasim bhai, I think it's a good shout out what Hyderabad FC have done recently. I think Varun, I had a great chat with Varun. I think it's good. I will reach out to Varun again and see that if he's traveling to Delhi, I will definitely do with a podcast with him. What are the Chetal Brothers' chances? I think I will not say they're favorite to go into it, but Chetal Brothers have that rabbit at their bag which they can bring out any time and say that hands up, we'll go to the ISL and win the I-League. But I will still feel it's Kokulam and Momon Sporting I-League title to lose this season. भैया अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज के लीग को हम ओवरलुक क्यों करते हैं by not sending up players? सिद्धार्थ 360 मैं बताता हूँ क्यों करते हैं यार. अफ्रीकन क्लब्स ना वो इंडियन प्लेयर्स को साइन करेंगे नहीं. अफ्रीकन क्लब्स का सिंपल फंडा है. And the person which I'm talking from Norway, he goes regularly to Africa to scout players. The simple funda in Africa is they get these young African players into the academy under contract to sell these players to Europe. ठीक है. Indian players in terms of talent are still, and hard work and dedication still behind the African players. So they will not want to waste that slot to the Nigerian league, for example, top league, to the Indian player. I think only league which might Indian player go and play South Africa. I think Brandon used to play in the lower division of South Africa when he used to play ASD Cape Town, जो वो academy में थे वहाँ पे, ASD academy में. So I think South African league बहुत tough है Indian players के लिए जाना, and especially considering the model they are into it. तो वो चीज़ है. Many other countries women are playing friendly matches. Why not be playing any friendly matches in this window? And I think अभी तक तो जो न्यू मैनेजमेंट है, बिकॉज न्यू रिपोर्ट जो ऑडिट रिपोर्ट्स है वो भी सामने आ रही है. द एम्प्लॉयज, लॉट्स ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज लेफ्ट, लॉट्स ऑफ न्यू एम्प्लॉयज आर कमिंग अप. दे आर सेटिंग अप अ टीम. आई थिंक वी हैव टू गिव देम 6 month window to start asking these questions, but hopefully they will change. With relegation plays, if Northeast gets relegated, will it be end of Northeast thorough? Yeah, the league is not finished. अभी तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट विल नॉट गेट रेलिगेटेड विद रेलिगेशन प्लेस. आई थिंक रेलिगेशन प्लेस, आई थिंक टफ फॉर नॉर्थ ईस्ट टू कम बैक फ्रॉम आई लीग बैक. वियतनाम लीग, थाई लीग, चाइनीज लीग में भी क्यों नहीं? आई थिंक सी चाइनीज लीग टॉप क्लब नो, मिड टायर क्लब मे बी नो, लोअर हाफ क्लब इन द टॉप लीग definitely a shout out for Indian player. But this Chinese league, Japanese league, they see चाइना में भी जापान के प्लेयर खेलते हैं. जापान में दे द एशियन कोटा विद एशियन प्लेयर्स के लिए जो आपके साउथ ईस्ट एशिया है वो खेलते हैं. साउथ कोरिया में भी वो कोटा है. तो आई थिंक अदर वे इज दैट सम ऑफ AFF डेवलप दैट, बट स्टिल द टू रीजन्स. इंडियन प्लेयर्स सैलरीज नहीं मिलेगी उनको सेम इन लीग्स में, प्लस दे फील दैट जो एशियन क्लब्स है कि 4 ही फॉरेनर्स अलाउड है. With AFC changing the scenario, maybe it change now, they are allowing more foreigners, then there are high chance the Indian players will go, but Indian players might be called and selected, but issue is salary. The money Listening Classo is earning in India, the money Apuya is earning in India, no club in the world will give them at this stage, unless they prove themselves in that particular league. Why not our players try to, that's I have taken. तो इसीलिए वो सैलरी का बहुत इशू है. जापान कोरिया सेकंड डिवीजन में खेलना चाहिए मिश्रा हर्ष, आई टोटली बिलीव, बट भाई वो पैसों का एक इशू है ठीक है, एंड वो सोचते नहीं है प्लेयर्स कि अगर हम जापान सेकंड या साउथ कोरियन सेकंड डिवीजन में जाए, फिर वहाँ से टॉप टायर जाए, फिर मे भी हम यूरोप जाएंगे और यूरोप में साथ इतना पैसा कमाएंगे जितना हम इंडिया में पूरी जिंदगी नहीं कमा सकते, 1 साल में कमा लेंगे। वो लॉन्ग टर्म थिंकिंग मिसिंग है। वो सोचते हैं कि यार अभी मुझे 80-90 लाख रुपए मिल रहा है साल का, वाई शुड आई गो एंड प्ले फॉर 10-12 lakhs इन अ ईयर। सो दैट्स द मेजर, आई एम नॉट सेइंग द प्लेयर आर मनी माइंडेड मोटिवेटेड, बट जो उनके सलाहकार हैं, एजेंट्स, जो उनके वेल विशर्स हैं, वो भी तो उनकी डिसीजन लेने में हेल्प करते हैं, तो वो एक प्रॉब्लम है। वी मनोज भाई, डोंट वरी, वी आर ट्राइंग टू रिज्यूम द पॉडकास्ट, यू नो, आई एम गोइंग टू रीच आउट टू पीपल, if they whoever in Delhi, we're going to do it, hopefully on Zoom we can resume more. एंड मिश्रा जी हर्ष बहुत सही बोल रहे हैं, कंफर्ट जोन भी बहुत बड़ा चीज़ है, कि कंफर्ट जोन बन चुकी है, यू नो, घर के शेर, एक और वर्ड आप ले लो आप, अगर मैं बोलना चाहूँ तो। सी एंड somehow ना हम भी बहुत सपोर्टिव नहीं है अपने प्लेयर्स के, जब बाहर जाते हैं प्लेयर्स एज अ नेशनल टीम, यू नो, एज अ फेडरेशन, other countries want to send the best talent out of India. I'm not sure Indian and here come the word ecosystem again, which is there in the thumbnail, you know. The ecosystem is not working toward that, you know. So hopefully with more partnership, and the Mumbai City FC might do that with the Puya. They might send him, you know, somehow in another city football group. But I still want Indian players to take that steps, and they have to remember they have to take stairs in the world football. They can't take lift straight away from ISL, which might be in say 100th floor, to the Premier League, which is the first floor of the building. उनको सीढ़ियाँ लेनी पड़ेंगी, वो स्टेयर्स लेने पड़ेंगे. Those stairs might go from J League to J League, Norway League, Denmark League, Finland League, Lithuania League, you know, these countries, Finland, you know, Iceland. यहाँ से जाके शायद वो स्टेयर्स जब वो लेंगे, तब जाके शायद कोई एक दिन प्रीमियर लीग जो टॉप फ्लोर है बिल्डिंग का पहुंच पाएगा. अभी क्या है, प्लेयर से आप फोन पे बात करोगे ना यार, पूछोगे यार तेरा व्हाट योर ड्रीम, जैसे माय ड्रीम इज टू प्ले फॉर मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड और रियल मैड्रिड. ये मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, बहुत प्लेयर से बात करी है, 18-19 साल के होता है. मैं बोलता हूँ क्या कर रहे हो उस ड्रीम के लिए? बस सर अपॉर्चुनिटी का वेट कर रहा हूँ. तो मैं बोलता हूँ यार अपॉर्चुनिटी तो आपको बनानी पड़ेगी. आप क्या सोच रहे हो उसके बारे में? हैव यू थॉट, गिवन अ थॉट कि आप 18 साल के हो जाओगे, आप 18 साल के हो, आपके पास एजेंट है. मैं बता रहा हूँ, इंडिया में 15-15, 16-16 साल के प्लेयर्स के एजेंट्स आ गए हैं. अपने एजेंट्स को बोलते हो यार कि मेरे लिए एक ट्रायल अपॉर्चुनिटी ढूंढ दे यूरोप की ऐसी लीग में जहाँ मैं खेल सकूँ, रिजर्व टीम में खेल सकूँ, क्योंकि वंस यू टर्न 18 देन ओनली यू कैन साइन. सी जो प्लेयर्स फॉर एग्जांपल वियतनामी प्लेयर्स, अफ्रीकन प्लेयर्स, वो 16 साल के होते हैं, अपने एजेंट को प्रेशराइज करना चालू कर देते हैं कि प्लीज अरेंज अ ट्रेनिंग स्टिंट फॉर मी इन यूरोप. आई एम अ 15-16, आई विल गो एंड प्ले इन यूरोप. एक एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ आपको, एक छोटा सा, एंड दिस इज फ्रॉम यूरोपियन फुटबॉल. अभी अरे मैं हिंदी में भी बात कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है. एंड मैं वेल प्लेड आपके संदेश वाले पॉइंट पे भी आऊँगा. संदेश की कोई गलती नहीं है, वो उनकी एज, द एज ही इज इन, नो यूरोपियन क्लब विल टेक अ पंट ऑन हिम, यू नो. बहुत बड़ा रिस्क है उनके लिए. मैच वो अपने रिजल्ट को रिस्क पे नहीं डालेंगे संदेश जिंगल को खिलाने के लिए. इफ इज 18-19 देन दे विल थिंक ओके गलती से सीख जाएगा. 26-27 पे यूथ डेवलपमेंट बंद हो जाता है प्लेयर्स का. मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा था, मार्टिनेली एक प्लेयर है, आर्सेनल के लिए खेलता, आज ब्राज़ील की नेशनल टीम में है. मार्टिनेली व्हेन ही वाज 15, 16, 17 ही हैज़ कम टू, आई थिंक ही हैज़ कम टू मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड, आर्सेनल आया है, चेल्सी आया है, अदर क्लब्स. ही हैज़ कम एंड गिव ट्रेनिंग ट्रायल टू दीज क्लब्स कि मैं एक उभरता हुआ, एंड ही इज अ ब्राज़ीलियन, ही डोंट नीड टू डू इट बाय द वे, ही विल कीप ऑन प्लेइंग इन ब्राज़ीलियन लीग, समबडी विल पिक हिम अप. ठीक है, ऑफ कोर्स ही इज नॉट अ नेमार की पूरी दुनिया उनको देख रही थी. अभी एक ब्राज़ील में एक और नया लड़का आया है 15 साल का, ही इज प्लेड इन ब्राज़ीलियन सीनियर लीग. बट मार्टिनेली व्हेन ही वाज 15, 16, 17 ही वेंट टू ऑल दीज टॉप क्लब्स टू गिव ट्रायल्स. बीइंग अ ब्राज़ीलियन ही हैज डन दैट. ही वाज पुशिंग हिज एजेंट टू अरेंज दीज स्टफ. अब मैं अपने प्लेयर से बात करता हूँ, यंग लड़कों से, यार भैया सर बोलते हैं, सर मेरा तो ड्रीम है, मैं नॉट रियल मैड्रिड का फ़ैन हूँ, रियल मैड्रिड के लिए खेलना चाहता हूँ. मैंने क्या कर रहे हो भैया? अपॉर्चुनिटी का वेट कर रहा हूँ. अरे मैं कह रहा हूँ अपॉर्चुनिटी आप खुद से क्यों नहीं क्रिएट कर रहे हो? आप पे एजेंट उसको बोलो ना, मुझे रियल मैड्रिड का ट्रायल मत दे, मुझे एक नॉर्वे का सेकेंड डिवीजन, मुझे J League 2, K League 2. एंड सी यहाँ पे दो चीज़ें भी हैं, इसमें कुछ प्लेयर्स ऐसे भी हैं who comes from very humble background, you know, very below privileged background, that family में सिर्फ सोल ब्रेड अर्नर वही है. तो उनका भी एक थॉट प्रोसेस रहता है, लेट मी स्टैब्लिश माई सेल्फ इन ISL, गेट अ गुड सैलरी, गेट अ एटलीस्ट इतना सेविंग कि मेरी फैमिली आराम से बैठ के लाइफ जी सके, एंजॉय कर सके। तो एक तो वो है, ठीक है। इसमें कुछ प्लेयर्स ऐसे भी हैं जो कम फ्रॉम अ गुड बैकग्राउंड, उनकी फैमिलीज उनके सैलरी के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है डे टू डे लाइफ जीने के लिए, वो प्लेयर्स थोड़ा रिस्क ले सकते हैं, थोड़ा कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर जा सकते हैं। तो मैं बोलता हूँ, तो कहता है भैया मैं अपॉर्चुनिटी का वेट कर रहा हूँ। मैं कहा एजेंट से बात करो, एजेंट को बोलो ना कि कोई ट्रायल अरेंज करे, नहीं अरेंज करे मेरे से मिले, मैं हेल्प करूँगा अरेंज करने में, यू नो, आई नो पीपल, आई हैव डन इन पास्ट, आई कैन डू इट अगेन। तो कहता है भैया बोलता हूँ, ठीक है। ऐसे करके हुआ है, एक दो प्लेयर ने बोला भी है, फिर हम कुछ अरेंजमेंट करते भी हैं, वो फॉलो अप ही नहीं करते, वो ऑफर लेटर आ जाता है, ट्रायल लेटर आ जाता है, जाते ही नहीं है। तो सामने वाले जो क्लब्स हैं, दे विल नॉट फॉल फॉर दिस इंडियन प्लेयर्स अगेन एंड अगेन until this is a marketing deal. So I think ये एक बहुत अभी इंडियन फुटबॉल ऐसे लेवल पे खड़ा है कि I'm not saying we need a Premier League star, but we need a star who and when Gurpreet went, I was a high hope for him, but he's a goalkeeper, so goalkeeper don't change that, you know, they don't change the trend, you know. And Gurpreet really talked to the player, and Gurpreet used to tell me mentality, our player mentality to get strong. It's not easy to survive in Europe, you know. You are not having a नौकर चाकर नहीं रहता, आपका सब कुछ खुद करना है, सस्टेन करना है, ट्रेनिंग करनी है। प्लेयर्स हु आर पुशिंग यू डाउन फॉर योर पोजीशन, स्पेशली आउटफील्ड प्लेयर्स। तो एक गलती करोगे आप टीम से बाहर, यू नो, देयर इज नो वे गोइंग टू स्टे इन दैट। तो वो चीज़ है, एंड आई थिंक कि होपफुली ये चेंज होना तो चाहिए, बट अभी मुझे लगता नहीं कि यू आर वेरी नियर बाय टू गेट इट चेंज। तो होपफुली एंड्रिक की बात, आदर्श ने सही नाम पकड़ा, बिल्कुल एंड्रिक लड़का है, तो सी उसके पीछे दुनिया है, तो उसको ट्रायल देने की जरूरत नहीं है। But the other Brazilian players I know were 15, 16, 17, just like Martinelli, they are coming to Europe to give trial now. So once they turn 18, so that they can join the club they like, the training facilities, और जो क्लब उनको पसंद करता है या वो उनको पसंद करते हैं वो कर सकते हैं। तो आई थिंक एक चीज़ है, गेटिंग न्यूज़ ऑफ कैंप अंडर 17 गोइंग, या तो वो टीम ट्रेनिंग चलती रहती है, मिश्रा अंडर 17 की वो चल रही है अभी भी। वसीम यार प्लीज़, वसीम भाई वीकली रहेगा, आज मंगलवार का दिन डिसाइड कर लिया है, ट्यूसडे 5 PM, थोड़ा टाइमिंग अभी 5 PM ही रहेगी, बिकॉज देयर आर अदर शोज व्हिच आर गोइंग ऑन चैनल, एंड आई थिंक गुड पीपल आर वाचिंग नाउ। वी आर ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड अ वर्ल्ड कप शो, एक वर्ल्ड कप का टॉक शो अनाउंस कर रहे हैं, मैं आज अनाउंस कर देता हूँ। होपफुली रात के 8 से 9 जो लाइव होगा, एंड इट्स अ इनफॉर्मल टॉक शो, एंड जिसमें खेलना की जो टीम यहाँ काम करती है, दे ऑल आर फुटबॉल फैंस, चिट चैट करेंगे वर्ल्ड कप के बारे में, आप लोगों के सवाल लेंगे, आप लोगों को बताएंगे क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है वर्ल्ड कप में। So that show will kick off very soon in next couple of days. एक तो वो होगा इनसाइड इंडियन फुटबॉल, मंगलवार को 5 बजे अब होगा, आने वाले 1-2 महीने के लिए। उसके बाद we'll figure out a new slot for it, जहां आप लोग चूज करोगे, ठीक है। एंड वी आर रिज्यूमिंग इंटरव्यूज, हाईलाइट्स आने लग गई इंडियन सुपर लीग की, टॉप 10 गोल्स वीकली आज से डलने चालू हो जाएंगे, तो वो सब आ रहा है चैनल पे। तो होपफुली वी गोइंग टू टर्न अराउंड दिस अगेन, एंड वी आर अ स्पोर्ट्स चैनल, सो वी नॉट अ पर्टिकुलर स्पोर्ट्स चैनल, and the excitement thing happening at Khelna also. Next 6 months, I think with a new website, new mobile apps, we're going to introduce more sports, you know, and we are already, you know, working towards it. So hopefully वो चीज़ें आ रही हैं, तो देखते हैं क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता है। साहिल, आशिक, अपुया, आकाश, याशिर, ये सब बाहर के लीग्स में खेलने का मादा रखते हैं, एंड सिद्धार्थ और भी प्लेयर्स हैं, मैं ब्रेंडन का नाम जोड़ूंगा, ब्रेंडन वो वेरी क्लोज टू प्ले आउटसाइड। सो और भी बहुत सारे प्लेयर हैं उस लिस्ट में जो अभी पोटेंशियल रखते हैं, बट वो जर्नी बहुत टफ है, वो जर्नी वो करना नहीं चाहते हैं। कैन यू एक्सपेक्ट अ गुड रोड मैप आफ्टर 100 days ऑफ कंप्लीशन ऑफ न्यू एफए मेंबर्स? आई थिंक दे आर वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स इट, बट अगेन ये रोड मैप मैंने बहुत देखे हैं, 10 साल हो गए देखते देखते, आज 2022 में 10 साल हो जाएंगे मुझे रोड मैप्स को देखते देखते, लक्ष्य से लेके क्या क्या नहीं देखा, स्ट्रेटेजिक रोड मैप। आई वॉन्ट टू सी द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, सो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होगी तो मैं बोलूँगा कि वो अच्छा है या बुरा है, तो उससे मैं अभी रोड मैप के ऊपर नहीं जाना चाहूँगा। भाई संदेश गया था रिस्क लेके, उसको चांस नहीं मिला खेलने को, और कुछ बेवकूफ़ उसको अभी भी ट्रोल करते हैं कि वो हनीमून ट्रिप पे गया था, फैंस भी वेस्ट है। मैं एक सपोर्टिंग सिस्टम में से मैंने बोला है, संदेश की चॉइस ना, सी आर प्लेयर्स आर नॉट क्वालिटी गुड इनफ टू प्ले इन द टॉप यूरोपियन लीग्स, एनी टायर, जो हर कंट्री की टॉप टायर है वहाँ बहुत मुश्किल है इनके लिए खेलने के लिए। सो दे हैव टू प्ले एंड सी कि कैन दे गो ऑन द सेकंड टायर्स। क्रोएशिया सेकंड टायर, संदेश easily will play, खेल वहाँ पे, and you know then go to the first tier, prove yourself। आप वहाँ पे you are the संदेश जिंगन in India। क्रोएशिया में आप एक और रैंडम फुटबॉलर हैं, you know, तो वो आपको स्ट्रेट अवे फर्स्ट टीम मिनट्स नहीं दे देंगे, एंड देन यू कम बैक अगेन. सो वो चीज़ें हैं, ये एक लंबा प्रोसेस है. 6 महीने में कोई नया क्लब स्ट्रेट अवे इंडियन प्लेयर को चांस नहीं देगा. ये मैं आपको लिख के आज दे रहा हूँ स्टैम्प पेपर पे. ये होता आता है एवरीवेयर. व्हेन यू साइन प्लेयर फ्रॉम दीज जोन्स, स्ट्रेट अवे नो वन इज गोइंग टू प्ले यू. सो वो चीज़ें हैं. तो होपफुली देखते हैं क्या है क्या नहीं है. विघ्नेश भाई, हाई लॉन्ग टाइम भाई. विल रेगुलर, डोंट वरी. विघ्नेश भाई रेगुलरली रहेंगे. घंटे का शो कर दिया, आप पिछले जाके देख सकते हैं. काफ़ी चीज़ें बात करी है मैंने. आज का शो थोड़ा सा डायरेक्ट मेरे थॉट्स थे. सो ब्रिंग यंग ओनर्स ऑफ ISL लाइक अक्षय टंडन. वसीम भाई लाऊंगा, आप टेंशन मत लो. अक्षय, आई थिंक रवि आए थे FC गोवा से. अक्षय, लेट मी सी if he travels to Delhi whenever I can get a hand. Same with Varun. I just want to do more a studio podcast now. We're creating a podcast setup in the studio to bring up those quality of the podcast. तो don't worry यार वसीम भाई, आप बने रहो हमारे साथ. बहुत कुछ होने वाला है एक्साइटिंग नेक्स्ट 6 मंथ. हम रशियन लीग में खेल सकते हैं सिंस हमारा कुछ कोलैबोरेशन हुआ था. भाई देखो सिद्धार्थ, हम कोटा सिस्टम में नहीं खेल. फुटबॉल में नहीं, कोटा सिस्टम नहीं चलता कि भैया इंडियन प्लेयर्स को खिला दो. अगर हमारे प्लेयर्स गुड इनफ है रशियन लीग के लिए तभी वो खेलेंगे. इफ दे आर नॉट गुड इनफ दे विल नॉट प्ले. एंड सैडली आवर प्लेयर्स आर नॉट गुड इनफ राइट नाउ फॉर द टॉप टायर यूरोपियन लीग्स. एंड दिस इज अ हार्श रियलिटी विच विल नॉट लाइक, बट दैट्स द रियलिटी. आवर प्लेयर्स नीड टू टेक अ स्टेप. मैंने बोला ना, सीढ़ी लेनी पड़ेगी आपको हर फ्लोर की. आप लिफ्ट लेके स्ट्रेट अवे नहीं जा सकते कि आप ISL में लिफ्ट लेके आप पहुंच जाओ सीधे क्रोएशिया टॉप लीग, बुंडेसलीगा, प्रीमियर लीग, ला लीगा, इवन नॉर्वे टॉप लीग. आपको स्टेयर्स लेनी पड़ेगी. और स्टेयर्स कहाँ से जाएगी, कैसे जाएगी, वो आपको डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा. SAF will also gonna tougher because Sri Lanka are using origin players and Pak. To what do you think? I think that's great. If SAF gets tougher for India, it's great. I think maybe that will change things. Let's see. राहुल बेके, आई थिंक अभी स्कैन्स रिपोर्ट्स कंप्लीटली नहीं आई है, तो वो कितनी सीरियस है क्या है, वी हैव टू वेट फॉर इट. सो लेट्स सी. अभी तो देखो Hyderabad FC looks like a complete team, but if you say about goals, average per match for Hyderabad, they are 4th in the table. Mumbai is 1st, Mohun Bagan, Caleb Lasher is 3rd. So I think Hyderabad overall is a good team. Number of chances created per match is Mumbai is number 1, 8 chances per match. Mohun Bagan 7, Chennai 6, Goa 6, Caleb Lasher 5.8. So I think abhi Hyderabad, maybe they're not doing, but the overall team Hyderabad is very good. And I think Goa accurate passes is number 1. Goa 83%, Mumbai 82, Mohun Bagan 82, Chennai 82, Hyderabad 78%. So the league is going towards towards a phase where the majority teams likes to keep a ball on the pitch. So I think let's see, and let's see how some of the players are doing in ISL. Any surprising name which we should be aware of. Mohammad Yasir has done very good for Hyderabad FC, and to be part of this pool of foreigners who are doing very well. So I think अभी तक जो numbers data है overall मोहम्मद यासिर लग रहे हैं उन सब प्लेयर्स में अच्छा खेलते हुए. विघ्नेश चांस क्रिएटेड में नंबर 3 हैं और टॉप 5 में इकलौते इंडियन हैं. ये पर मैच में जो चांस क्रिएटेड है, विघ्नेश इज ऑन द नंबर 3. He just behind he has the same number 2 ही है. Adrian Luna भी 1.5, Vignesh is also 1.5. He's only Indian in top 5. Shots on target, Lester Classo is 1.6, number 3 is only Indian in top 5. Accurate passes, there are 2 FC Goa defenders, 3 FC Goa players though. Eddie Vedia is first, 85. Aiban and Anwar Ali 85, 84. These are 2 only Indians in top 5. Key passes accuracy per 90 per match, Mohammad Yasir 1 and Rahim Ali is surprising that is also 1 key passes accurate per match alongside Mohammad Yasir. Crosses accurate, I think per match, Sandeep Singh from Caleb Lasher 1.5, Bhutia from Bengaluru FC 1.33, and I think Prashant from Chennai FC 1. And these are 3 Indians in top 5. Challenges 1 per match, only Indian, 2 Indians are there. Shubham Sarangi 1.1, Aiban 1.1. So I think the Indian players are making their presence felt. Defensive challenges 1 per match, Shubham Sarangi again, defensively, Shubham Sarangi used to be a forward player, but now doing very well defensively. Aiban is there, 9 challenges per match, and Sandeep Singh is also there from Kerala Blasters, 9 challenges per match. So I think overall looks like the Indian players are doing very well. And I think in dribbles, successful per match, Liston Klasu and Ritwik are the 2 Indian players who are part of this. So I think the Indian players are doing very well, but I think I still hope that these players will feel when to the next show these Indian players will start with their. मुन्नाल कह रहे हैं मेरा क्वेश्चन ले लो भाई, आपका क्वेश्चन ऊपर जाके देखता हूँ मुन्नाल भाई, आपका क्वेश्चन कैसे मिस कर सकते हैं. Are ISL Cup ready to survive in relegation scenario? Bangalore FC was a modern club with ambition, scientific approach to stuff like recruitment, developing players. But in last 3 years, what have gone wrong in big way? What is going wrong? Relegation के लिए तो क्लब्स अभी कुछ रेडी नहीं है मुन्नाल, बट आई थिंक सम ऑफ द क्लब्स आर. सो लेट्स सी. बट बेंगलुरु एफसी का क्या गलत हो रहा है? आई थिंक इट्स टफ टू से बिकॉज कंसीडरिंग द इन लास्ट नाउ 2023 में उनको 10 साल हो जाएंगे, which is next year only. In last 10 years, they have done more right than wrong. But I think when the Elvet Roca went, they replaced with Carlos Kudat and Carlos Kudat. Major issue was replacement of Miku, I think, which they still not able to crack it. That's one. Roy Krishna has come, but then the appointment of the manager since, Italian, they have, the English manager, then the Italian manager, and Spanish, English, Italian. I'm still not sure where the club wants to go in terms of how they want to play their football. You see, FC Goa, the approach is simple. They have went for Carlos Pena. They want to play the Spanish way they were playing. Done. Hyderabad FC, when Albert Roca left, they bring Manolo Marquez. One Spanish coach, another Spanish coach come. The approach is very simple. Mumbai City FC, when Sergio Oliveira went, they already identified Des Beckingham. He's an Englishman though, but his style of play is kind of not style of play, but his tactics in this pitch kind of similar of Oliveira, so they went for him. So the continuity of these top clubs who are doing well in ISL, Bangalore FC sadly has missed that. I think personally the recruitment kind of hit and miss. Some of the foreign players which they have signed, they brought in India, didn't play well for them. But same Indian players are doing, same foreign players doing well for other ISL clubs. That shows that the recruitment has done their job. Some of them not able to get the coaching, the coach, and the recruitment to work together, all three. And still, they are one of the finest Indian players with them. The Udantas, the Bhutia, the Sunil Chetri, Suresh, these are top Indian players, and still I will say the season is still very very young right now. अभी season बहुत जल्दी है, but I still feel I think they might do well. I think they have the potential to win top 6 for sure. Jitendra Singh will go for big money next season for sure. Vignesh looks like Mehtab should get an Indian call, hat-trick hero of the match. I think I'm very much surprised with the Mehtab Singh development at Mumbai City FC. I think when he signed, I think he was a good player, but I never, and that shows that we can be wrong as a fan, as a opinion who see the game. To be the top Indian player, and I think Mehtab Singh is developing. That shows that playing time, good ecosystem, good supporting structure around you can develop players. Bangalore FC lack quality Indian players. Vignesh, I don't believe so. I think the Indian players still should be good enough for any ISL team. Mukesh Ambani is interesting to buy Liverpool. Do you think it will help Indian to grow in football? I don't think Mukesh Ambani is interested to buy Liverpool, but I think let's see. I will not say anything, but we have not given any information that they are interested to buy Liverpool FC. Yashir should be Indian team. Yashir, Brandon, Sahel are 3 playmaker. We should be part of Indian team to be, they should form the core of playmakers for Indian team, and these 3 should be there. And very happy with Sahel performance also. Any news of second division? It's work in progress. Mr. Sirichand, I think we'll have some confirmation very soon. Hyderabad is managing game very well. They always, yes, that's something. They might be not producing very much attacking, but there's a very balanced team. They're not conceding much. They are not scoring much. It's fine. Until you win 1-0 is a very lovely scoreline if it's in your favor. Guys, I think it's a good good time to come back. People who have kind of joined us late, they can come back, go and offline watch this. I have discussed a couple of stuff. Initially non-stop I was speaking, I was took the question on later part. तो आप दोबारा देखना, I think it's very interesting. Tuesday 5 p.m. Inside Indian Football. Transfer window coming closer. There are some development going on with Indian players. There are some development in the ISL clubs. Some foreigner players might leave. Some replacement might be brought. So all will kicked off in next couple of days. I think next 10-15 days. But still ISL will be there with the, but the chatters have been started. The clubs recruitment head have been approaching players. So let's see. I think the next 15-20 days will kind of bring the news out that which are these players who go out, which are the players, which are the position these players which we sign. तो देखते हैं, वो सब करते हैं बात अगले आने वाले हफ्ते मंगलवार को 5 बजे इनसाइड इंडियन फुटबॉल. आई थिंक ट्यूसडे इज अ गुड डे, or we will decide a day, maybe Wednesday. I will see the ISL schedule, maybe just before one day ISL start. अभी आई लीग का शेड्यूल भी डालना है, तो अभी आई लीग का शेड्यूल भी क्लियरिटी नहीं है, तो वो चीज़ें करते हैं. विल फिक्स अ स्लॉट. इनसाइड इंडियन फुटबॉल इज हियर टू स्टे, विल बी देयर एवरी वीक नाउ. देयर इज FIFA वर्ल्ड कप शो कमिंग अप ऑन दिस चैनल. स्टे ट्यून. 8 p.m. every day during FIFA World Cup, we'll have FIFA World Cup show. तो वो चीज़ें बात करेंगे. Kabaddi is going on separately. FIFA World Cup will go on separately. More sports coming up. So stay tuned. World Cup coverage website पे चल रहा है. It's going very good on khela.com. Do go and visit khela.com. Social media link on the description tab for all the wherever whichever platform you want to join and follow. Do that. And I will see you again. See you again next week, hopefully with the continuity of the show, and do tune for these World Cup shows on this channel. We're trying to bring more footballing content. Thank you guys. See you again.